Hey, what's going on out there to all my concept thinkers? I go by Mr. J. Howard. Today is really a part two. I want to talk to you about what rejection has taught me about resilience. And I have my notes right here. Now, technically, when I was doing a little 15-day challenge, I went over some things of how to handle rejection, how to turn no's into yeses and positives for you as you move on with your future. And, I'm a critic of myself. After I watched it, I realized there was a couple other points that I really wanted to make, and I might have missed them, right? So today, that's what I want to talk about. Kind of a part two, kind of not fresh for some of you if you're just now seeing this. I'm on my way to the gym, so excuse my attire, and I'm in the middle of moving, so you're going to see containers and stuff. But like, subscribe, share, comment in the bottom. I want to make sure I hit points that can definitely help you excel to the next level. So first and foremost, let's jump straight in. Rejection is redirection. I tried to make that point clear in my last video, that it often means that you're being guided to a better fit or a better situation. Don't take rejection as a final. That's not where it is, right? Sometimes it's your redirection, refocuses you, right? I used an example where, like, if you're selling a piece of real estate, you're getting feedback from people who go and visit your property, whether it's on the price, whether it's on the market, whether it's on the cosmetics of the homes, or maybe the color scheme, or whatever that feedback is. You can use that feedback and you can evaluate if you need to change your price or if you need to offer more things. Think about it in a job sense, right? If your boss is giving you your annual review or appraisal, they're giving you feedback, they're telling you the things that you can improve on. A good feedback situation is one where it points out your good and your bad. So you can weigh and measure those things and then weigh it up against the things that you might need to change, right? You can use that in your relationship too. All right. Not every opportunity aligns with your purpose. Listen, some things are just not going to fit. Sometimes the shoe is just not going to fit. And a lot of times rejection, that gives you that time to evaluate so you can make that decision. Like, I'm a size 11, but I've been trying to squeeze, my size 13 foot inside of this shoe. Sometimes it don't fit, and you may need to go look at a custom make that better fits your situation. Number two, it's not personal. Never take it personal. And I know that's hard because we are human beings, right? And sometimes we could be led by our emotions, and we got to be careful with that. And we want to take the feedback and we want to go into this negative Nancy role. Excuse me out there to all the Nancys, right? But you want to go into this rejection of the rejection mode, the them. No, that was them, and that was this, and that was it. Listen, take that rejection, take that feedback, learn from it, analyze it. Before you respond with your personal feelings, think about it. Why is this many people saying the same thing about me? What things can I do better? Listen, I take this one to heart because I'm definitely one. I'm always open to criticism. Sometimes a little bit too much, probably, right? I like feedback. I ask people, hey, did you like that? I cook a meal. Did you like it? Did you really like it? Are you sure you liked it, right? I have a bit of overthinking, but it's because that feedback means something to me. So I want to hear you talk about my goods and my bads, so that way I can evolve and, make strides to move forward. Look, rejection usually reflects that the other person or other thing, that it needs timing or it's not the right timing. And you got to be okay with that. The one thing that we cannot control in this life is time, and sometimes that not fit doesn't mean forever. It just means not now. Your value remains, even if the answer is no. Let's say you do cook a meal. It's your first date, it's special, and you cook your family recipe. It's the spaghetti that you just, oh my God, you crazy over it. And you cook it for this nice, beautiful young lady, and she tastes it, and she say, no, I don't like it. And it hurts your soul. Oh my God, it hurts you, right? You got to understand that didn't change the value of what you did. You did something without being asked, and you showed love and you showed care. That doesn't change the value of who you are, right? Not just in that situation, but in many. Just because a person says no, or not right now, or I don't like it, or they reject it, doesn't mean you are devalued. Don't let anybody devalue you. All right. I know I went on a span for a while where I, some self-reflection. I made some pretty stupid mistakes, right? And looking back and analyzing myself, I know a lot of things that I would do different. But I started to doubt my own value, and that's what kept me in that situation. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. I got 3 kids, 3 boys right now, and I got a baby girl on the way. And I know that I have to retain my appreciation for the value that I bring because I want them to duplicate that. And I want them to bring their own value and know their value and not ever settle for less. So think about that. Number 3, stay calm, not defensive. Listen, how you respond is going to show your emotional intelligence. You know, I was in one of the military schools recently. Actually, this was last year, sorry. And I did a whole paper on emotional intelligence. You would be surprised what you are capable of when you actually sit back and think about how powerful your emotional intelligence is and how it can alter different situations, your overview, your outlook, your thinking, right? It's all up here. A composed reaction can turn a no into a future opportunity. Listen, you're in sales. You offered something of value. They said, no, not right now. It just wasn't the right time. Oh my God, your sales pitch was amazing. It's just not the right time. It will behoove you to leave that situation in a, I understand, thank you. Whenever the right time hits, make sure you remember my number. Keep me in your Rolodex, my business card, whatever. Hey, listen, you have a great day and go Knicks, or whatever the case may be. I'm go Knicks all the time. But anyway, share something in common with that person so they can remember you. Because if you walk away and you walk away in a negative sense, oh man, you never want to, oh, you did this because I'm short or I'm bald or, you know, blah, blah, blah. You just wanted to help the other man and da, da, da. And you leave that in a negative way. His needs may change. They say people needs change every 90 days. Think about it. Fellas, 90 days. Ladies, 90 days, right? People needs change every 90 days, right? And you don't want them to remember you in a negative space because you took that rejection so bad, right? And so now you got to do a better job because you want them to remember you because that could create a future opportunity. Think about it. Reflect before reacting. You got to ask yourself, what is this moment teaching me? Man, what do I went there. I thought I was going to get approved. I did this, this, and this. I still got to know. What does that teach me? Where am I slacking? What things can I improve on? Hey, look, don't let temporary emotions ruin lasting growth. You respond negatively to the response, the rejection. It could turn you in a direction where you're continuing to grow in a bad direction. Because now you're making habits. Now you're picking up bad habits and you're continuing with these bad habits over and over. Next thing you know, you're known for these. So be careful. Let rejection build your confidence. I can't tell you enough. This is probably one of the most key points. That rejection, you got to walk away with that smile. You got to walk away happy because you're gaining so much knowledge from that feedback and that rejection that you can apply towards something good. Surviving it proves your resilience already, right? Just keeping going forward. If you let it make you quit, you've already been defeated. Listen, it forces you to stand firm in your identity. What do you stand for? What is your purpose? What value do you bring? Are you confident in it? Do you feel it in your insides? You got to learn from every no. You know, sometimes rejection reveals a weak spot that you can strengthen, you can alter, I need to sharpen up on this, I need to tighten up on that. You know, maybe I didn't get the best score, I got a good score, but I see how they did it and I know what I need to edit. So now my score gonna be better. I'm going to the gym right now. You know, I wanted to lose some weight this month and I'll be pleased to say that I've lost about 8 pounds. I wanted to shred body fat and continue to build muscle. And I'm going to the gym right now to lift that whole thing. I'm just joking. But I know that I didn't hit the goal that I absolutely wanted to hit with BMI and different things like that. But I know what things I need to tighten. I know what things I need to sharpen. I know what areas that I need to strengthen. Feedback, even if unspoken, is a tool. Feedback, even if unspoken, even if the person doesn't say it, it's a tool. And you're in control of that toolbox. You got it. You're harboring. You're taking that with you so you can learn from it. And then one day you may have to look inside of it and grab that thing again. Don't internalize silence. A lack of response doesn't define your worth. What if the rejection isn't silent? What if you and your coworker both applied for the same position and y'all credentials are almost the same? Mine is DEI, since we know, don't get me started. So y'all credentials are damn near the same. and they got the job. Y'all both interviewed multiple rounds, and they got it and you didn't. And your boss just moves on and doesn't even tell you why. That hurts. That sucks. That sucks. But if you can't get access to what the rejection was for, you still got to be okay. You know what? Want my time for that position. Because you may go to Food Lion later that day. Shout out North Carolina. You may go to Food Lion later on that day and run into the CEO of the company who just so happened to have came across your resume and they want you in charge of a total different department. But what did you learn? How did you show up after you were rejected? Lack of response doesn't mean that you weren't worth it. It just means there's some other things you need to focus on. You got to keep showing up. Your audience is going to find you. Same thing I'm learning with content creation. I got to keep showing up. Some videos, 100 plus views. Some videos, 10 views. Some videos, thousands of views. I got to keep showing up. Each and every day, I got to keep putting out content that people can use, that makes sense. That's a value. You know, when you keep showing up, you got to understand that the most successful people heard no way more than they heard yes. And if you think your business is hard, there was this guy who started selling books out of his garage. And he's now one of the richest people in the world. You know his name. I'm not happy with him right now for some of his most recent decisions, so I'm not going to say his name. But think about that. It could be the smallest thing that you have that you're holding on to, and you decide to finally build on it and not take no for an answer. And it turns you into something way bigger than what you ever imagined. But you got to get through all the no's. You got to understand that repetition sharpens your skills and thickens your skin. Yep. Surround yourself with encouragers. This was key. You got to put yourself in a room with people who are going to push you, whether you're right, and hold you and pull you to the side to talk to you when you're wrong. Whether you're right or wrong, you want them to give you that feedback. You better not start trying to dance around everybody that has some critical feedback of you. I don't want to hear it when they telling me I'm wrong. Yeah, you're going to be wrong for a long time. You got to be just as open to that feedback. Hey, look, you right, Jay. Mr. J, you did it. That video was great. You hit your key points. Your audience heard you. Da-da-da-da-da, whatever. Thank you. Thank you so much. Pat on the back. Pat on the back. I need that same energy when my videos suck. Hey, look, that one, you were distracted. It was this, it was this, it was this. You need to do better. And I got to reply with that. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, cool. You said what? All right, I need to. Okay. And then you improve. Same energy. The right community is going to help you bounce back faster anyway, because you're going to know what both sides of feedback feels like. And then the energy is contagious. You got to be around builders. Be around builders. The energy is contagious. I don't want to hang around a bunch of people that don't want to hear about themselves when they do wrong. They only want to be celebrated when they do right. I want to hang around people who have experience in something that I'm dealing with. I want to hang around people who can give me advice from a place of love and experience. I dealt with that. Look, I just went through a recent real estate deal that didn't go as best as it could. It actually went sour. And I thank God for my mentors that had my back and was able to tell me, like, hey, that little deal that was kind of large to me, it was like, man, they've lost 10, 15 deals that size. But if you look at them now, they're in the multi-millions of earnings. They've done very well because they didn't let rejection or failure or negative feedback stop them. So I took that to heart. Rejection fuels your comeback. That situation, that hurt. And since then, I've been running nonstop with the things that I'm supposed to be working on, whether it be marketing or real estate or da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I've been going nonstop, day in, day out. I'm almost working harder now than I was when I was sitting at a desk. but I'm working smarter. I let it light me. It fired me up. It didn't put it out. Hell nah, you just made more flames. I'm using no as a push forward. It's a green light. It's not a stop sign. Listen, I wanted to make sure today that I covered some things that I'm using in my journey. I'm on a really unique journey right now. I love your support. I appreciate it. Continue to encourage me. I'm going to continue to encourage you. And I'm going to keep giving you the things that are living with me right now that I'm dealing with, because I hope they can help you. Rejection has taught me a lot about resilience. And you too, if you grasp something from any of these points, absolutely leave it in the comments. Let me know. Like, subscribe, share this with someone to let them know that they can keep moving forward even when they face rejection. I go by Mr. J. Howard. I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Jay.